and he's just going to be yelling bro. I love this. A champion that yells bro all the time after a bro victory earlier today.
By Sobero?
By a guy literally who played on bro for 2 years.
Makes too much sense.
Oh, it's too clean. As you cannot trap him in a top lane.
Is he just?
He is just run. He's ghosting. He's ghosting. We're killing him right now. As he'll land the undertow and down goes Faker. There is nowhere he can go. He knew he couldn't flash. Vikla almost dies for it and has to sacrifice his flash, but that's first blood over to BNK. Man, this guy's, he's got some vibes. He is helping out. As now we've got to dive towards the bottom side of the map. That bailout is not happening as Kellen will go down. It is a 1-for-1 sacrifice. As Owner will come on over and catch this wave, but Gumayusi, he's not going to be getting the experience for that one. As T1 kind of getting ran around in this early game. Okay, he's still having a great time in this lane, as we can see.
Yeah, Olaf's his base stats are
not bad. Not bad. Does have a decent amount of being able to stay alive as well in the kit, although it's not really working against a bunch of ghouls. The Morning Mist may need to be used here, as, yep, that's just a solo kill for Doran. And so he goes back and he buys himself a Phage, teleports towards that top side of the map. And Faker putting on some pressure here in the mid lane as well. As Vikla may just die as the Arcane Storm comes through. Faker is going to get killed by Tibbers because Tibbers gets real mad after Annie goes down. So a 1-for-1 trade in the mid lane.
His early game actually looking great, outside of, you know, Sobero getting solo killed.
I mean,
that part was...
When it comes to, like, Olaf play, I think getting solo killed here or there is kind of just how it works, yeah. So that it's a reference to Iron Maiden. I just feel like that'd be metal.
It would be cool.
She's not, though, as we can see here. Doran is now in a little bit of trouble, ladies and gentlemen. The reckless swing, there's the shot. This is exactly how Olaf wants to play the game. And that is killing you and dying.
That's peak right there.
I don't know if it's good for Sobero, but he is doing stuff that he wants to do. As all right, True Shot Barrage is going to soften up these Void Grubs. Carry is going in. Pop Blossom's coming down as well, though the Fate's Call needs to be invested. My God, those Tangle Barbs were so good. As now Vikla is going to try and take down Gumayusi, but he gets bailed out of that one.
Yeah.
Owner down to 100 health, and Faker is looking to clean this one up. Kellen, not a whole lot he can do in this instance, and T1 win themselves the fight. Owner is playing super far up. Some aggressive play out of the man as the crowd going to move back towards T1.
They're about to be a member up. I don't know about this for BNK.
A little bit dicey here as the Maiden comes down. Doran gets involved a little bit early, though, as now the Paranoia comes in. They look to just get rid of this Xin Zhao as quickly as possible, and Wind doesn't have time to become Lightning because he's dead. Kellen now doing his very best to survive, but he's going to get smoked down where he stands, and it's a double kill for Owner. Another one going over to Doran as he takes down Diablo. And it is going from bad to worse, as yes, Ragnarok doesn't get you out of the ghoulie wall, as it turns out. And so Sobero is...
just gonna die?
Possibly just dead. Yeah, the Morning Mist is gonna be able to slow him down. And there is the kill onto the Olaf. And man, it was such a great start for BNK. Let's focus on that.
You don't get to trade, you don't have range, and they've had either Carrier or Owner just continuously hovering.
I would
him.
say that Faker is in trouble, but he's not. True Shot Barrage is going to snag him, but there's the Paranoia. Vikla may be in trouble, but that is...
Turn?
Yeah, the turn is going to come on through here. As Owner taking a lot of damage, Pop Blossom holds him in place. He does get a kill before that even happens, though, as the bailout not quite able to work here as the ghoulie wall also not quite happening. And there's Sobero, ladies and gentlemen. It's the double, and now Diablo trying to get amongst it. Faker throws down the gravity field, says no to the rest of this fight, but BNK back on the board.
When Annie ulted him and then they took the Ezreal as well. Will this change the outcome of the game if you're Nocturne?
I mean, yeah, it does make some sense, but, you know, Stride Break is a pretty powerful item if you get in amongst it, as Vikla is now dead, ladies and gentlemen. Doran is going to just allow his Maiden to kill him. Look at this! It's an NPC battle in the bottom lane.
Nefarious.
A bit nefarious. You have definitely gotten a little bit more edgy, Chronicler, in your time here.
For my standards, yes. Really strong. I think T1's too late.
Yeah, Kellen standing in a pretty good position here as the handshake does come through, but that is just a dead Rift Herald. as the teleport brought Sobro in. He's looking for a flank angle here. He gets into the brush. That does give T1 all the information here as the Ghoulie wall goes down to make things annoying. Keria continuing to find these handshakes.
Got a poke. They're playing for...
Oh, it's really smart from T1. They're just trying to create some space here as they go in onto Owner, and the Pop Blossom finds everyone! The bailout comes down yet again. They do kill the Nico, though, and so Owner stays alive for a long time into the backline. Goes the Olaf, but he's unable to get on top of Gumayushi. He uses those summoner spells so beautifully. And I was about to say T1 just had the positional advantage around that mid lane, and they utilize it so beautifully to just say no to BNK. They're going to look for even an inner turret off the back end of this as well. Oh man, I feel like they took so much from BNK just going for a desperation engage.
Killing Owner is nice, but that's not really what the goal of the composition is for BNK.
You can't take him off the rift. He will still just go for the team fights. And he's finding it once again. Keria up here alongside him. Let's see whether Doran and the Maiden can survive as the bailout does come in. The health bar is not going to quite be low enough though, as Diablo gets close, to be perfectly honest. Owner on the cross map is going to be taking the second dragon for T1, as the Rift Herald does deal with this top outer turret. Still actually a bit of a help here for BNK. Outside of the fact that they lose the dragon, they may be able to get another charge.
I don't know about doing it themselves. They feel confident. Faker is back with full health. The zone control is decent.
It's a 6v6 now as well. Tithers and the Maiden getting amongst it. And BNK, they're just not going to go for it. They don't have the confidence. And the Arakan just going to go over to T1.
Was a little worried when I saw that TP, but Keria ensures, together with Owner, that operation... make sure Doran doesn't get instantly blown up is a success.
Yeah. That being said, he is actually taking the Wolves instead. Diablo trying to do it one more time. As Faker, if at first or second you don't succeed, try again. And unfortunately, don't try again, because it never really works here, ladies and gentlemen. Owner, though, is going low. Keria bails himself out, but it's not quite going to work, as it's a 1-for-1 trade. Vikla, unfortunately, just doesn't have the health bar to survive in these fights. And Doran is just taking the base.
It's still kind of a window. Oh, they're not going to go for... I thought they were going to actually go for Dragon. There's no TPs. I think they could have. Instead, they're looking for the collapse onto Doran, who is going to trade his life for an inhib, which I think you're not too sad about. If you can turn it into Dragon.
Well, let's see what he can actually find here, as he's going to flash. There's a blast cone.
Never mind.
Never mind.
Blocks. They're 5 and 9.
And it's not even necessarily in style, but it is on their own terms. That is definitely a fact. That's all right. Dragon going to be secured. That is Soul Point going over to T1.
He did get his revenge. He
did. The revenge of the Merc Wolf. As all right, Vikla, let's do it. Doran doesn't get stunned though, and he just wanders out of range. He places Sobro in a circle, and now he's just looking to kill him. There he goes. Vikla now in a bit of, not a bit of trouble. He's dead. Yeah, Doran is way too large. Now T1 should be able to take themselves a Baron, because Doran just like 1v2 double kills.
He's going to end the game.
Yeah, all that.
He's going to... Raptor can steal.
Yeah, does it matter though, is the question. The smite is not even required because the rend is what secures it. Down goes this Xin Zhao, and Kellen in this side lane will not be able to do anything to Olaf. Yeah, Diablo is going to get back to base, but I think a lot of him wishes he didn't. As, yeah, he's on the fountain, but the Maiden does not care about your fountain. And Doran doesn't care about your Nexus. He's going to kill that, and T1 going to win game 1.
This is also farming Senna. If you are unsure, that is definitely something that it has to be explained, because this combo was what ended the last Genji win streak. We're here towards Doran, but Owner is covering that bot lane right now. Those are some very aggressive plays being set up.
Yep,
Owner is out of the curve.
Yep, they're slamming each other into walls, and that is just the quickest of cooks here for Doran.
Are you like a reverse sear guy?
Yeah, I've recently got into it.
He's also getting reverse seared?
Yeah, this is the reverse sear as well, because this is Doran getting seared. He was greeting for a minion wave that he wasn't allowed to walk up to.
Doran, you have a job. It's to get POM, okay? I want to vote for you.
Hey,
he's game number 1.
He's 100% kill contribution, 100% death contribution. Based assessment is our pledge. you know, to stay unbiased. It's Emperor's Divide going to come on through there, and oh my goodness! It's the combo, and it works out gloriously.
Or even Owner. Yeah, Owner does have to leave.
Yeah, sorry, it wasn't Vikla. Vikla didn't really mind about the whole situation.
No ult for Owner, so not ready to worry. We're 2v2ing here with Jace.
Yeah, not sure about this one, as the exhaust does come on through. Gumayusi trying to stand his ground as Soboro flashes away. Gumayusi gets into the mist, flashes up, but he does get the heal. And still Gumayushi's going to be able to pick up the kill now, the Piercing Darkness, and look at the heals that come in the whole time from Gumayusi and Carrier. And Guma, get back here! What are you doing? You could have killed him! Instead, the red dots.
Top laner, which means he has TP. So this entire wave is going to get shoved into the turret. He's also going to get tempo on the next base as he's able to clear his wave very quickly. Damage goes down onto Carrier. That exhaust, right? Like Soboro, especially in melee form, hard to get through. But just that little bit of extra damage could have been the difference between Carrier living and dying. And then here, I think he could have walked it off.
Yeah, but honestly, like, it was the fact that Kellen got the heal and it felt so good, and now it feels absolutely horrible. As Raptor comes in, Gumayusi might be dead, as he's going to see what he can do, but the heroic charge going to be enough there. A supportal combat will complete the play. And out goes Vikla here as Doran says, no, not my lane. Sir, that is illegal.
So, I want to say that's still a trade up. I'm not sure. It depends on whether Soboro can catch the bot wave and fight every single fight.
Oh yeah, but the fact that they're winning is the huge problem, because I don't think that they should. As Carrier's going to find the hook. There's the Dawning Shadow as the Impale comes through as well. Diablo will get taken out. They will be able to trade one back because the Keeper's Verdict works out very nicely. But still, Raptor's going to get delivered to this turret. And even though they don't have a massive amount of damage, they are still going to try to go for the kill, but they don't manage to take down Raptor.
1-for-1? The same build. I forgot who it was.
Oh, was there another one?
There was a third center.
Oh, golly. Was that earlier on? Well, we've got a bit of a fight breaking out here as Carrier taking a fair bit of damage. Over the wall goes the culling up.
Doran!
That equalizer placement. Oh, Doran, POM time, baby! It's POM time for Doran as he picks up the double. And Soboro, he's there towards the top side. He's looking to grab a couple of plates before they dissipate. Got under a minute for that, but Doran's making his way back up there again. Have you got the sheet? You reckon it's time to ride it in?
Atlas is doing some serious campaigning here, everyone.
Yeah.
And Domestic Doran was, you know, we didn't really see him for the first, I want to say like 4 months, but he's back.
Oh yeah.
Domestic Doran is here to stay.
Well, there's International Doran's turning up.
Okay, even for me, this is a bit much. Okay, this is
that was such that was the most horrendous caster curse I've ever seen in my life.
I still don't. That was okay,
but it feels pretty worrying.
Oh, it's just gonna give it up. Okay, well, you do have Poppy.
It's not Mountain Soul yet. Okay.
No. What are they? I guess they're waiting for 2 items on Diablo. I'm like looking for. Also, Soboro is really far behind, so I guess that was a consideration. But I'm not feeling too happy about it.
My life. Can't quite remember where. As Vikla looking for an angle, gets the flash this time. They find another heroic charge into the wall supplied by the Azir. They'll grab themselves a turret as well. BNK, some signs of life here as they move into a gold advantage.
I'm going to lose the Otacon for this, it looks like.
Hey,
TP on
this
Vikla.
gold lead is extending, though.
Yeah, that is true. I don't think that'll be enough as Kellen is watching it happen. Mid lane turret might go down as well. They can go for this for sure.
Well, they don't. They've got another pack of
wave's here.
Yeah, so Otacon is going to be traded for an inhibitor turret in the bottom lane, and an inner turret, and an outer turret, and an outer turret in mid lane as well.
3 turrets? Wasn't Doran still money for?
Yeah. So it was the outer, inner, and inhibitor in bottom lane. More of an open map to work with now. Inhibitor turret down in the bottom lane just means that bottom side map control is going to be so much harder for T1.
This is gone. So T1, I also understand. Faker is approaching the breakpoint for the stacks, not quite there yet. Lane turret, BNK not going to fall for it, because Diablo is probably going to finish his second item. be feeling good about that. There is the IE, so do like that setup.
Into a wall.
RFC done for Guma now as well.
All right, there's the flash impale. Empress Divide does absolutely nothing as Vikla is just going to get executed by this dragon. 234 stacks, and as it comes in, T1 says it's time to fight. The Equalizer got Diablo out of that battle entirely as the minion wave is getting thinned out. Dawning Shadow comes through. That's going to keep Doran alive. And T1, they can just keep regenning these health bars over and over again. The power of this composition, if you cannot burst them down, is absurd. And now they're going to look for a Mountain Soul. It's game over, guys.
There's no shot you're winning as Mountain Soul.
Yeah.
One of the big win conditions that are still left for BNK are poke from Azir and Jace. That's gone. And Diablo all-inning.
Yeah.
Also gone.
Yeah, big time gone.
It's going to be Doran. I also think that in this game you can give it to multiple people, and in game one it was definitely Doran, so I'm
Oh, that slam! That was real sexy there from Ona. He's getting my POM. I don't have one, but he's getting it if he wants it. And it's going to be the lockdown of Sobero.
Owner hasn't gone on POM in like a series, Atlas.
I know!
So...
And he's the only one that can like realistically potentially catch up to Chovy.
Want to focus on the game, Atlas.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Exactly.
Broadcast
T1
first.
BNK, Baron. That's what we're looking towards now. Rocks are being thrown around. Faker is flying around. Well, walking at the moment, but he could fly if he wants to.
He's doing some flapping.
Indeed. Yeah, this one does have a locket though. Sobero going to dive in on top of Doran here. Let's see who wins this 1v1. As Equalizer goes down and Sobero is just dead, ladies and gentlemen. Back on POM duty here is Doran. He's like, I gave you guys a shot, but now I'm just going to pick up solo kills in side lanes. Hide mine though. Right. Faker's going to get flashed on. That could be the opportunity here as they do get a nice double knock-up. But that's it. That's the initial salvo. They almost got through it. Yeah, Dragon Shield. Owner is actually taking real damage though. But here is the Equalizer. My God, the value is disgusting as his Flame Spitter comes down as well. Now it's Gumayushi untouched. They manage to get the Impale off. Down goes the Skarner, but that is all they're going to get as Sobero. He's just looking to make his way out. It is a 1-for-4, and T1 will now march up this bottom lane. They can take themselves an Elder Drake if they'd like to. The Rift is their oyster.
T1 really playing it safe here, not wanting to run any risks.
Get this wave in order. And the Baron, I don't think, is going to be addressed whatsoever here by BNK. Everything is so dark, and it is most certainly full of terrors in that jungle. Faker flapping after Vikla here as a Hex Flash opportunity
that was
area, but doesn't find the angle.
By the way,
that was, oh God.
One achieve.
Yep.
That's a scary sneeze, Atlas.
1 minute and 20 seconds of how that Smolder meta felt as that inhibitor turret going to go down, and BNK just watching their options slip away if there were any left to begin with. Mum goes down, and so do the Nexus turrets. There's a hook. Kellen going to be flashing away here as the Equalizer has taken them to half health on its own. It's on, like they're almost about to die to just the Equalizer and an Elder Dragon.
Turret still standing, trying to hold on. And T1, still 30 seconds. They can try and play as the hook.
Carrier, that was so weird, but I loved it. He manages to find a stun onto Diablo as well. The Impale connects onto 2. The bottom lane is melted in an instant as the Emperor's Divide does nothing. There goes the Nexus turret. That is the clean ace, and T1 will scale their way to a 33-minute victory here in Game 2.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.